Alright, so we gonna be talking about something different. We gonna be talking about Invincible. But the MC is everything but invincible. Trust me, he is very invincible. I could throw this man on my shoulders like my son and start doing backflips. Anyways, bro, we ain't talking about the fraud himself. We're talking about the fraud's father. But back then when Nolan was young, he used to teach young Viltrumites, and you would have thought he would have taught them the alphabet or even the periodic table. But no, he was doing something very suspicious. He was teaching them how to glaze the dead emperor, bro. If I wanted anyone to glaze me, if I owned the whole planet, I would have wanted the only grown beautiful black woman to glaze me, bro. Not kids. Oh, no. Wait, this sounds a little bit familiar. Are you sure this is Planet Viltrum or Private Viltrum? OMNI was so serious about this that when he saw this girl struggling to glaze, not glazing hard enough, he palmed her head like 2026 LeBron and reminded her that her glaze is insufficient. If she don't glaze harder, he will remove her head from her neck and start dribbling her head for no reason like she's Jill Wise. She was not gonna let OMNI carry on disrespecting her, so she started glazing that old man instinctively, word for word, bar for bar. But he started intensifying his grip. That thing started making me feel uncomfortable. But before he could turn her head into confetti, he let that thing go. Then he started glazing too, but I was not trying to hear any of that. Then before he dismissed the class, he said 2 of them might not make it to the next one. Come on, bro, they're at the age where they need 1,000 pounds of breast milk just to make it to the next day. Their bones ain't even made properly. If I was to tap one of these kids on the kneecap, their kneecap will unbuckle like a seatbelt. And you're telling me they gotta kill each other? Anyways, bro, as soon as things start looking soft, his parents cued in. Because Nolan is now 18, it's time for him to get jumped by both of his parents. And if anybody ever thought they got bad parents, just wait to see this type of whooping that his parents gave Nolan. That thing would change your whole perspective because his mom came in throwing a 2-piece combo but got punched in the chest. Then his dad came in and kicked Nolan, but he blocked that and he was hanging in there. But as soon as he caught his punch with an open palm, he indirectly told him that you came from my boss and you can be returned right back in there. Same time punching him in his chest and making his booty hole clench. He was really gripping his chest, got him holding his breast, lost all his breath like he smoked 6 packs of cigarettes. Then his mom came in throwing a Viltrumite spear. That has been the majority of her strikes. I think she's really trying to get him gone. Because when a Viltrumite straightens their hand, that does not mean they're gonna slap you. They're trying to disembowel you. Then he came with his mean knee trying to make sure he can't breathe out his nose no more. His dad wrapped him up in a headlock. But Nolan is not that soft. He punched him in his chin, giving him a bum chin. Weave, whoosh! Elbowed him in his back, making sure he needs some scoliosis medicine. But his mom came with the meanest anti-jumping technique. She made him go airborne. They hit him with a tag team combo that made me feel like the weapon's eyes to get was weak. Then he dragged him into his headbutt, making him leave a trail of blood. He was getting pressed by his mom, things were looking tough. Then as soon as things were looking bad, he dug his foot under the ground and kicked a rock into her face, successfully clipping her eye, and came with a mean counter, punching her in her face. Look at the way he slapped her out of the way. He don't care about her. Nolan was probably a natural selection baby. I'm not sure if you guys know what that means. Then Nolan was boxing the old man, but he was not going to make the same mistake as before. He stabbed right through his hand. His dad was satisfied with the results, but his mom was angry. She wanted revenge. She sprayed him right to the stairs and unleashed a crazy combo on him. She was really curb stomping him, about to turn him into red paint. Nolan was reaching out for her, but she was like, no, take this punch instead. You gonna eat this like a Philly steak cheeseburger. Things were looking black and blue. Then his dad came in to stop her, saying that he's done enough. But she was still furious. I don't know what type of life she's been having, but she says she never want to see them again. Then she flew off. And this is how we congratulate you turning 18.